as well. The main reason why we are holding this panel is largely because we also have huge questions from parents and students as to how do we build the resume? What does it take to get the outstanding or differentiating factor which will help us our applications to be different. Transcripts have a story to tell which cannot be replaced. The test scores also have their own story to tell. But most important, I think, is also what differentiates you in terms of skills. And sometimes the only way to gather skills is through practical work. And this is something I've been saying at forums for the last 30 years. So now the question arises in COVID, how do we get the practical work? So we've been saying these things again and again, but the question is, how do we get the practical work? And that led us to thinking and being innovative. And luckily, we had a huge response from very senior people like Seema Mahajan, Kaushik. I mean, all these people I've known for a long time, from mentors. A lot of we dipped into our own student chats who were there for a long time with us. And they are the ones who told us that, yes, we are happy to be part of you. We are happy to help students. We are happy to share our journeys. And to that extent, this is what led us to this current program, where we are hoping that students from home would be able to really see what is happening and what is it that we can do to manage the COVID in a productive way, right? So we will have continuous Q&As, because I think that now you all are fed up of just webinars where you don't have a voice and it's a one-way traffic. We have been quite quick to learn. So the young people here, you can keep putting your questions on the chat box, and we keep answering them as we go along. We have supports who will help you. And I see Seema ji has joined us. And so welcome, Seema ji, onto the panel today. Yes. So and I was just telling the young people who had joined us that we want to establish a precedence of starting bang on time. And yes, we have done that. And I'm grateful to you for joining us. Seema ji, you know, one of the stalwarts of the education field, and the pioneer who responded to changing the traditional method of teaching. We all were used to the textbook, lecture, assignment, exams, the end. And then 15 years ago, there was a question from students to say, we are thrown into managing family businesses at a young age. Can you help us? Can something be done to change the education? And Seema ji at that time decided yes, and had the courage, the vision, and the pioneering spirit to completely, literally completely change the traditional business as it was taught. Especially we were used to the BCom with a lot of accounting heavy dominated programs. And the first BBA entrepreneurship was launched under her guidance, framework, A to Z, what it takes. And so when last month we were brainstorming on, okay, now it's COVID, we still need to give practical themes and practical experiences. Seema said, oh, give me time and I will just design something. And this was like in the afternoon. And by the night, midnight, in fact, we already had a brochure to say, this is what I'm thinking, this is what the entrepreneurship program should look like, and this is what I will teach, mentor, and students can be quite productively busy and happily busy without really having. So that is Seema, who responds to questions, problems, and very quick solutions to student needs. So over to you, ma'am. We are really grateful to you for sparing this time and telling us exactly how to proceed.
Thank you, Pratibha. Thank you, the other panel members. I can see Purvi, Sonam, and the team,
Thank
Manu,
you, ma'am.
and the group. Thank you so much. It's truly an honor to be here. I think Pratibha has been too good in being, I haven't seen something like this, that somebody takes the responsibility and makes students aware of each and every difficulty and each and every challenge that they are going to face. I am grateful to 98 participants who are present now when we started on time and their interest. I come from NMIMS and I've spent over 2 decades in so-called management education. And with the gray hairs that I have now, which I eventually color dye, I could see generations of students. I know this is difficult time. Most of you are being bombed with so-called academic webinars and giving you lots to do and what not to do. And let me tell you, my young friends who are in their 15, 16, 17, 18 years of age, there is nothing that we can substitute without an exposure. But it's tough time. We are going through it. And all of us as responsible academicians, let me share with you honestly, we are trying to make your journey extremely joyful. All schools, all good schools with all thought leaders, all academicians, let me tell you, we haven't stopped working last 2 months. There is every year we have a vacation. This was first year we never took vacation. Why? Because we also have continuously a pressure on us that how do we innovate so that we make online education extremely interesting and we are able to retain and generate the interest of our youngsters. So first of all, I would like to share with all the young participants here, keep that thought process that we are getting into online or we are going to be at home. Just take this out. This is a silver lining. I am not seeing it as negative at all. Yesterday night, I actually did a webinar talk with over 400 students. I have an alumni base of 5,000 plus. And let me tell you, these are new ways, okay? These are new. We always had difficulty. Something on a lighter note, you all would be knowing NMIMS is very keen on attendance. And we have been pushing rules of 86% of being in college. And today, when we are saying that you stay at home, you all want to come back to college. So that is something which is a very big learning for all of us. There is no substitute to coming to college, being on time, learning from peers. So this is a program which we carved 20 years back. Entrepreneurship. At NMIMS, we do have this program which has been rated pretty high by AACSP, which is worldwide the biggest accreditation unit, and they called it as Innovation of 2020. We have now an alumni base of 4,000, many Jamnabai students, Podar students, SVKM, and other colleges all over the country are here. What is entrepreneurship journey? When Pratibha came to me and Sonam did discuss with me, let me share with you, entrepreneurship is not about business. Okay, many of you youngsters are often heard कि मुझे entrepreneur नहीं बनना है. I mean, I want to work in a big company. Unilever is my dream company. McKinsey is my dream company. Let me tell you, young ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurship has to be in your blood if you want to succeed in any organization. Okay, any education will make you professional at your work. Any skill set which you acquire makes you craftsman at your work. But if you have to work, you need to be human and you need to have stakes. So if I'm working for NMIMS, I'm the founder of this school. This school today has at any given point in time 400 entrepreneurs ranging from 30 crores to 3,500 crores with startups and with parents' business. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. So tomorrow when you join a company called L'Oreal or you join a company called McKinsey and you are given one vertical that you are in charge of this particular capsule, you have to own it. And that is what is entrepreneurship all about. Your boss is going to tell you that, come on, draw a map. Tell me what is your plan? How are you going to address the problem? What does the competition say? What is the viability of this project? How are you going to sustain your business idea. That is what is entrepreneurship all about. It is not about business. So all those who are sitting here, this program that I personally, with Pratibha, I intend to offer it to my youngsters. Today is a need. With COVID, all of us are shaken up. Whether it is a multinational company, I mean, Unilever today cannot work because they do not have logistics and supply chain in place. So today there is a very big challenge ahead, all of us. We have to reinvent our model, we have to reorganize, we have to rethink, and we have to recreate. In this process, when we are talking, it's very, very important in years to come, we have people in the organization who take sole responsibility. So this course is focused on sharing with you at a very young age, how do you identify a problem? How would you pin down that these are 4 things I want to study? Today, when you sit, you have series of problems. Can you narrow it down to one? It's a very difficult thing. Half mom will add, some dad will add, something grandmom will come and add, and you have lots of problems ahead you. So you are completely confused. I see at home, I always see my daughter looking at me and asking me, now what do I do? So how do you narrow down and structure? How do you do SWOT analysis and give shape to a problem? A clean, as it is said, half the disease is solved, half the disease is taken care of if doctor is able to diagnose what are you suffering from. So if you are able to identify what your problem is, you are definitely able to find out. So this program focuses on identifying the problem that you would like to study. How do you do the environmental study of it to understand that the problem that you are picking up is actually a problem or no? Thirdly, what is the business environment with which you are working? What is the kind of strategic, non-strategic, working, operational challenges that you're going to face? So anything when you define has something called working challenges, has something called strategic challenges, and something called operational challenges. So how do you identify that? How do you see financial repercussions on this? How do you draft your marketing strategies? How do you give weightage to power, pricing, promotion, place, everything? So complete, defining a problem and taking it to market is something what is this course focusing on. And when we say we will try to make it very, very interesting, when we are saying that we would be taking you to market, we would help you to see the environment, we will ensure that you take some virtual tours nationally and internationally. I promise Pratibha that we will try to get some of these companies who can actually make you see how they are working, how have they taken. I just finished a project where students studied garbage management. Now that's a hot topic and that's an emerging thing. India needs it. So a set of students finished an entrepreneurship project with me where they are looking at garbage management of the country. So there are several. You may understand entertainment industry. You may want to choose something to do with fast moving consumer goods. You may look at fast moving services. Choice is all yours. But this particular program focuses on creating you an intrapreneur. So you can be entrepreneur, but you can be intrapreneur because most of you are young. And I think many of you would want to explore your opportunities abroad, work for a year or two and come back. So putting it up, summarizing it, this will be a module which would cover sessions. I will personally be conducting with the help of my colleagues from NMIMS. We conduct this session. We give you fundamentals. Young ladies and guys, all my young kids on in the group. Let me tell you, there is no substitute to fundamentals. Learning by doing is good, but you need to know what am I learning. So there will be some fundamental. Every day you will be, the program will say one hour of learning, but you will have some or the other project very interesting. Like for example, maybe you all do a leadership pizza. Now you have been making pizzas because mom has been asking you to make every day now your own. But here you will make leadership pizza, and you will create a core product and the crust. So now that will help me to understand what according to you is your core value and your crust value. So this makes this exercise very interesting. Within the group, we will create groups. So you learn teamwork, how 4 of you coming from fast moving sector work together through Zoom and learn to cross. So there will be individual exercise, there will be group exercise, there will be focused interaction, there will be unstructured interaction. So you go through a management experience at a very early age. Management is an art of getting things done through the efforts of others. Management is an art where we say that you fall into a well, you go as deep as possible in the well, but while you're falling, it becomes extremely important for you to see the steps to come up. So while we are getting you completely deep rooted in entrepreneurship, we also will be using lot of cases, lot of storylines, lot of quizzes, lot of inbuilt exercises to actually make you feel introspect, see what you are good at, see what you would like to do, also emphasize on how to do. You may like, I want to become prime minister of this country, but do I have that characteristic? So what would you, what is that skill set that you need? Do you need quantitative analysis? Do you need qualitative? It will be all at basic. And I think something which I like and which I'm very proud of is that, you know, and I would like to say this openly, no class is good unless you feel the worth. And I'm very confident that we will ensure that you love it. NMIMS offers this course. We have been giving it to 60 students. You know how difficult it is, dream college to many of you. And we have been doing it for last 22 years. So I think it's because of my relationship with Dr. Pratibha Jain, and it's the hard work and with the personal touch that she work, I'm here. And I offered and I told her, for you, I will do it. So rest assured that most of the classes will be handled by me with all these panelists supporting me. And I'm sure at the end of the day, some would definitely convert entrepreneurs.
That was so passionate. Ma'am, I want to join your program. And I think that the whole, all of us who's seen it, because I agree with you that there is a misconception that entrepreneurship is only for business people. A lawyer is anybody who is self-employed or anyone who takes responsibility for their project. I completely gel with you. My son is working for Facebook and he says, look, we are given a project to do end to end. We deliver. How we deliver, nobody really cares. If I deliver, I get a bonus. If I don't deliver, I'm chucked out. So that's also entrepreneurship. Yes.
Pratibha, I will tell you, if we always tell our students, if a company pays you 34 lakhs, okay, that's our MBA, you know, on an average, our student takes away as campus placement. We often tell them in class that if a company is paying you 34 plus 5 zeros, please add 2 more. That will be the return to that company that you will have to give. And you will, that's how the statistics work. They are not going to pay you because you're from NMIMS. They're going to pay you because they are expecting from you. So you have to own. I mean, if you join L'Oreal, you may be owner of complete domain, a complete product line. So you own it. That's what is our focus in this, that how do you own a particular project is something that we want to talk about in the sessions that we are working on. Yeah. I am open to questions if you have any.
Yes, Purvi and Manvi, if you've read the questions, one of the questions that has been asked is there an age? Because, you know, is there an age when they should learn from you? Or will the school students be able to follow your methodology? Will they cope? That is the fear factor.
There is no age. Okay, let me tell you, we have the history where people at the age of 52 became entrepreneurs. People at the age of 72 became entrepreneurs and they were successful. We also have a history, whereas let me tell you something which I should not be because I'm dean of the school. There is no relationship relationship between academics and entrepreneurship. And it always, when I go to my classroom first day, I always say, most of the top entrepreneurs in the world, they're very proud of being school dropouts. So first of all, there is nothing. Entrepreneurship is a skill set. It's your analytical ability. It's your ability to see different things. It's your ability to articulate. It's your ability to know before anyone else. So how good you are that? It's your ability to observe. All of us are with open eyes and ears. But how many of us observe things? That is what makes an entrepreneur different. Your ability to categorize your learnings and put it to practice is something what makes you superb. So there is no age. Okay, there is no age. But yes, I only expect, and I'm sure Pratibha will agree with me, that you need to have that zeal in you to work. Because this is not going to be school where we will remind you that homework, you have to take the best. And let me also share with you, I am used to students of 26, 25, 24 years. I am wanting to invest my time in younger kids to know you, or as I say, catch them young so that you can deliver better when they come to you. So I want to invest. It's you who have to give me 100%. And wake up and work, submit it online. No office will work. I am not used to here to remind. At NMIMS, we don't remind. It's your responsibility, because you fight and you come for this. You compete and you come. So you will have, if you are willing to give me this, I assure you that you will be happy. No certificates are important, young kids. It's tomorrow when you excel, it's not certificates. It's your zeal to learn, which puts you up on the pedestal. So there is no age. You can join as and when you wish to.
Okay, so another question that has been coming in. Purvi, do you have any question, or any of the panelists?
Yes, actually, I do have a question. One of our students from Jamnabai, Krish, is asking that will this particular program focus on developing the skills regarding entrepreneurship, or is it an incubation program as well?
No, it is development of skill. We will help you incubate, but it will be a little focus, because we would help definitely from very nice, Krish. I'm very happy if you are aware of this. So we will help you to generate. So idea generation to idea mapping is incubation. So how do you give birth to an idea को narrow down करके structure में कैसे लाते हो? That's complete incubation period. But yes, will you be able to use incubation services right now? It's not possible. But yes, we will definitely do this process and help you to identify through a guest session, getting somebody, giving you some skill set to work on it. We will be touching upon it. Yes.
So another question has been that we had originally announced that we'll start on 5th, but we now want to start. We want to do, everybody who will register will be interviewed, so that we want people who are serious and who will, who will make the most. Because I can't tell you that for Seema ji to mentally remap the projects to suit a school age group, and it's a virtual age group, virtual time, and we could have 14-year-olds, we could have 21-year-olds, we could have 22-year-olds joining, and to customize a program so that each one takes away huge value is an important skill, even for the teacher and the whole panel of guest lecturers and the whole team. So it is up to each one to make the most of it. And at the end of it, the whole purpose is not just applications. Please do not do it just because I want to apply abroad, therefore it will look good. Do it because you want that skill, you want to become, you have many ideas. Young people, I love you. When I walk into class, about 100,000 ideas each one has, which is what India needs. We need people like you, but we also need your ideas to have a reality check. To how do you put it into structure? So it doesn't matter. Don't do it only, oh, I need to apply abroad, or I need to, go in for an interview. But do it more because you genuinely want that skill. Your mind is full of 100,000 ideas and you want to know how to flesh them out. which is the one idea that you want to take to completion. Yes, ma'am, you want to add to it?
Yeah, somebody just asked that my daughter has just finished ninth grade. Can she do it? It's never better. It is never difficult, Sunitji. Age is not an issue. Yes, she will be given projects which would be related to her age group. Okay, she would be given projects which would suit her thought process. So entrepreneurship is a skill, is an experience that you go through. So decision making happens even at the age of 6. I mean, how your child decides. So do not worry about the age. Only thing is that child should do it out of her or his choice. Okay, because since it's an experience, lot of exercises will happen which they will be exercising themselves. They will be working on it, and if they're happy doing it, they will gain the most. So ninth, 10th does not matter as long as your child is happy doing it.
Yeah, so another...
Ruchika is asking, how long is this program? Pratibha, you can answer this question.
Yeah, so we have designed it as a 2-week program, and it will be real contact time will be say 1.5 hours or 1 hour each day, every day. So you have to make that commitment, and then we hope that you will work in groups. So you're excited to join it, and you will have a lot of fun things to do. You in your group, you may do research, you may come up with an idea, and then you flesh it out for 2 weeks. You will hear guest speakers. So it will be 2 weeks of time commitment, 1.5 hours or 1 hour every day of meeting, conduct a supervisor, and then working in groups on your own. Therefore, it is about that why we had Seema ji talking now, because I was just unable to capture her passion for this topic and unable to explain really that it is going to be an experience to remember. And so you have to have that, at least I want to be engaged in my own ideation. Don't join it because your parents think so. Don't join it because it looks on your resume. Really, people who have ideas and want to take ownership for their ideas and want to learn skill sets. It's really very important. To the earlier you learn, that's what leadership is about. It could be in school, you do a sports event, it could be anything. It's a skill, lifelong skill, which, as I say, I needed, all my panelists needed, all my counselors needed. I keep asking them, do projects, come up with ideas. So it's really going to be useful.
See, today I will just quickly add to Pratibha. Somebody said, how is school going to make me successful entrepreneur? I can address it very openly. Nobody can make you successful. Okay. If I had banked on my school to make it, it's your ability. It's your ability to take each step in life, which is with calculated risk. It's your ability to understand and learn from your failures. It's your ability to introspect and see your growth chart. It's your ability to learn from others' winning strategies, that XYZ. I will take all the young kids here to an example. When you go to Disney, okay, when you watch, it's not about Julas that you remember. It's the experience. So the organization worked for it. When you have Netflix, have you seen when you are at home how Netflix is multiplying every day and working on it? It's the ability of the organization. So no school can make you successful. School can only provide you support so that you become fundamentally strong and you articulate and you become successful. So entrepreneurship is all about your ability. You may have seen at the lower level, as we say, bottom of the pyramid. Okay, when you look at any organization, only one person becomes the CEO. Have you ever heard 25 CEOs of the organization? Why? Because that person had a perfect balance of IQ and EQ and has the ability to understand each problem differently. One problem, it's always said in entrepreneurship, it's not the action, it's the reaction that makes you better. So we will only help you to use your third eye differently so that you mark a difference and you make a difference. Successful, if somebody could make, all of us would have been, there would have been no strugglers. Okay. I don't think any school starts with the theory that let me make unsuccessful people. Nobody, all of us want to make you all successful. So it's your effort, it's your ability that we are only going to channelize you interestingly. Your mind here is a CPU. That's the best computer anybody can have. And that's where we use your left and right brain to work together and take the steps further, more calculated. How it will help you? You are developing much earlier in life an ability to articulate, an ability to analyze your risk, an ability to calculate uncertainties. So if you do it at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17, I mean, that's phenomenal. You are starting your education with the learnings of calculated risks. So I think that's the only thing which I can say. This is a step where you are using your time productively, and you are trying to put your skill set ahead to do something which is out of box in every aspect.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
So some of our DY Patil students wanted to know, is this beneficial only for those who want to eventually pursue business and BBA, or it is even equally useful for those who want to go to the science stream, especially the IT and computer science?
See, tomorrow if you work for a company which is biomedical tools, or it is making pharmaceutical products, okay, let me tell you, pharmaceutical mein entrepreneurial step is most important, because you own a capsule. Today, all the companies are running. What is it? It's an entrepreneurial activity. One scientist leading the whole journey. So he's developing the product, he's testing the reactions, he's making people. So it becomes, I mean, I see entrepreneurship all the more in pharma sector, in science sector. See, if it's a doctor-led hospital, so you are doing business. You may say that I am dealing with humans, but can a hospital run without effective management? You have to have. You need to know, take care of customers. You need to have proper machines. You need maintenance. And if you have good machines, you need proper usage of it. So people like the whole experience. So entrepreneurship has nothing to do with the subject. I feel it is more to do with the ownership. Is Pratibha not an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur. Each one of you who is a counselor here, you are an entrepreneur. The minute you own every student of your school, your task will go phenomenally strong. So that's when you give. See, can a mother come to you and feel कि आप मुझे advise करो half-heartedly? No. When I go to Pratibha, I want 100%, and I think, and I should come out of her room feeling that she's the best guide for my child. Now, what is that? That's entrepreneurship, because Pratibha owns the future of my child. So entrepreneurship is not science, maths, commerce, business. Entrepreneurship is an attitude. I put it up like this. Entrepreneurship works on a model which is 4 words: cash, KASH. It works on knowledge, it works on attitude, it works on skills, and it works on habits. So you need to have these 4 things in you to earn the other cash in life. That's entrepreneurship all about. So you work on KASH model and you get CASH, it will follow. So I think I have answered your question. It's not to do with your product. It is to do with your individual. And I always feel, see, any task you do, if I can be little personal, and all the 97 participants now can, the first thing which sells is you. It's your passion. It's your dedication. It's your ability to prove things differently. It's your skill set which you project. Any interview you go. So you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. So entrepreneurship is even individual. It may not even go to subject. So I think your students should be told that it's about you. It's not about what stream that you want to pick it up.
Thank you, ma'am. That's well said. Any other panelists? Sonam, Purvi, Bijal, Manvi, any other questions? Ma'am?
No, I think Seema ma'am